It's Tuesday, but pretend it's Wednesday. Be sure it's Jim. Now let me think. I'm just about to embark on the experience of actually making starters. I've got my 2 litre flask in there. I've made a stir plate, and it works very well. I'll show you when I get to use it eventually. But the next ingredient I need is wort. Now I've been pricing up spray wort, and it costs something like £4.50 for 500 grams. That's from Wilco's, and just look a bit expensive. I had a quick look to see how much I would need to make a 2 litre starter, and I'd need about 350 grams, which is what I worked out anyway, and that equates to £3.50 in money, English money, to make a 2 litre starter. And obviously, yeah, that'd be about 2 litre starter. So I thought that seems very flipping expensive, because every time you make a brew, you got to spend almost £3.50 extra on making a starter. And well, I want to make things very cheap. So about 3 years ago, I bought these polypin boxes, because I thought I could serve beer out of those. One of my zany ideas. And I got about like 10 polypins, which were unboxed and sat upstairs, not being used. My idea. Let me show you. Okay, so I've got to do something with the grain father. I've just worked it out, and if I make 20 litres of just wort, maybe 4% wort, exactly the same as I would do with spray malt, it comes to, would be buying my bags of grain for about 20 quid, just over 20 quid a go. It comes to 14 pence a litre of wort. So I'm just going to be saving, well, almost £3, £3.25, £3.20ish, something like that, every time I make a starter. Then, with the added advantage is that I will have, actually, if I make 20 litres, I'll be able to actually pull off maybe 5 litres of that, and just do a small mash with some hops. Which, coincidentally, I've got some hops here which I want to actually find out what the IBUs are eventually. So come up to another idea I had, and that was to make 2 smash batches, with one with a hop that I know the IBU of, and another one with my own hopping at the same rate, and then try to guesstimate what the IBUs are based on what bitterness levels are in both brews. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've got my polypins here. I've got loads of these, but I've got basically this box here, and this bag will hold 10 litres, and I've got 2 of those. Obviously going to sterilise those, and I'm going to do a mash and a sparge. Mash is that's 3.5 kilograms of water in there. I'm going to go through the normal things. I think I'm mashing about 26 litres in total. But I'm going to use the grain father thing where you mash for 15 minutes, take a pH reading, and then adjust the acid at that point. So that's my idea. I'll come back to you once I've hang on a second. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to kind of do a sparge, and I'm going to boil for half an hour. I'm not going to boil for the whole hour, and then I'm going to chill and pump out straight into these small polypins I've got. They're not like proper polypins, but they're sufficient to hold liquid anyway. I think more for ciders and stuff like that. So there we go. I'll give you an update as I go along. I'm going to experiment with a new method of acid adjustments with using the new Beersmith system, and we'll go from there. Right, see you soon. I'd like to show you something which I'm testing out today. Excuse use my grainfather here. Anyway, on my design I've specified what my water is. Also I've adjusted this water slightly so I get the let's go back to the mash here. I adjust it slightly so that the where we're looking down here somewhere. The residual alkalinity is about the same as what I measured as. Okay, so it tells me that my target pH is. What happened, I mashed it, I chucked in 2 milliliters anyway, but then I mashed it for 10 minutes and took a pH reading, which is 5.4, and down below here it actually tells me that I need to stick 1.7 milliliters of my phosphoric acid in order to get 5.2 pH. Okay, so I just tossed 1.7 milliliters in. Hopefully, when I take another mash reading in about another 10 minutes time, the pH should be down to 5.2. That said, actually, when I was measuring my mash water, it actually slipped up to 5.5 after I come and put the measurement. But anyway, hopefully that will be in the right ballpark, and I'll come back to you in a second and see what it actually measures as. Done that little adjustment on the for the pH. I'm just coming down to check what the pH is, and it's 5.2. Bang on. Oh, it is 5.2. It's undecided, but I'm happy. That's very clear, near to 5.2. I think let's give it a swish around. Let's make its mind up. Oh dear, it slipped down to 5.1. I'm very happy with that. It's just what to irritating, but I'm happy. I think I'm going to use that method from now on because it seems to get the results. Yeah, so let's carry on with the mash. I think it's getting a bit dark out here now. We have a quick peek in here with the you see the water is crystal clear. I'm just sellotaping together the boxes. I have to sellotape the first box together. The way you do these pulley pins is you actually fill them up on a flat surface, and then you just slide them in afterwards. They just plonk in. That's the way it's done in the factory anyway. So I'm just going to slide it in there, twizzle it around a little bit so the end's poking out, and then store it around when I need it. Okay, so let's pop in some of the readings into the system. I had a post-boil or post-mash go up to 1040, and I collected 22.5 litres. So we're actually going to, I mean, post-mash, pre-mash maybe. Let's try pre-mash there. There we go. So looking at 82%, 81%, no, 81% mash efficiency, so that's not too bad. So I'm actually going to boil for half an hour, which I'll lose a litre, and that maybe go up to about 41, 42, which I think I'll be quite happy with. Let's see how it goes. Well, actually, before we go any further, this is how I'm going to fill up these things. And I've seen them do it in the factory, and what they do in the factory, they lay this thing down, fill it up, and then they slide it into the box. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fill it up, and then I'm going to lift it up and slide it into the box, and that there should line up with the hole which is actually here, in theory anyway. So what will happen, see, is this will actually bend out like that when it goes in there, and then what we could do is pop that into a cupboard somewhere and just take it out as we feel. Okay, so I'm just going to come into the bowl now. What I'm going to do today is to boil for half an hour and give enough time for the DMS to come off and enough time obviously to sterilise the wort. Then boil away here and see what happens. I don't think it's actually going to boil over, but we'll soon see. Let's just let it boil and sort itself out. But anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do 15 minutes. I'm going to put the chiller on, let it sterilise that for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then just turn it off, and then we'll whack it off into the they're called, into those new plastic things. So just waiting for the last 15 minutes of the boil and sterilising the cooler. Bit of an update really. Last weekend I went to the Bristol Craft Beer Festival. That was really good. I helped out a bit in the daytime. I was serving for a some company who are actually importing a lot of craft beer from France. There's quite a lot. There's a Scottish guy and there's a few French guys who are actually making quite a lot of beer over there now, and obviously more of a craft style as opposed to the typical 1664 styles, which is a big French style, which is lager, obviously, or pilsner or beer, I don't know. So yeah, they had a what did they have? They had a 12% port, a 12% stout on, or maybe it might have been 14%. It's flipping strong anyway. It's really good stuff, and that had been a bit aged. And I also had a Berliner Weiss, which is about 3.5%, and that had been aged in a barrel for 3 years. So the wine barrel. So that was. I mean, I'm not a big on sours, but it seemed to be wowing quite a lot of people. Anyway, there were other beers as well on top of that, and I basically helped from about 12 o'clock till 5 o'clock when the session ended. And then I got a free tag to come in the evening, and I went round and tasted just the ones I wanted to taste. I didn't go the whole hog and try to taste all 90 odd beers. The tasters were about 90ml each, but you could, once you got entrance, it was what was it? Yeah, as much as you could drink really. And there were people doing that, quite very tipsy people. So that was good. I think this week had my homebrewers meetup, and I took my pills, the last part of my pills along, and I got the nod there. They all like that, which I was happy about. And obviously it's slightly undercarbonated, so wasn't that good. I think last week on Thursday I bottled up and kegged my National Homebrew competition beer, and that's actually carbonating up now, and that was very good, as I said. And that's I think they're doing bottle sorting on Thursday for the competition, which is actually now going to be held in a slightly different place than I thought it was. And then the competition starts on Friday night. I think my beer is going to be judged on Friday night, and then just on to Saturday I'm going to be doing a bit of stewarding on Saturday, and hopefully about 5 o'clock we'll know all the results. So hopefully I'll get some good feedback on that. On Thursday this week, I'm just cold crushing my SJ Pour entry, which I'm not so sure about. I think I did dry hop it, but it seems I used Nottingham yeast, and it seems to have fermented a bit more after I did dry hopping, which I'm not very happy about. Oh well, I think maybe after a bit more maturing and sitting in the bottle for a week or two, it should get better, and maybe a bit more carbonation as well. But that's going to be bottled up and sent out on Thursday. So tomorrow night, irrespective of, I'm actually trying to force carb it now, so irrespective of how it does, I'm going to toss it into bottles tomorrow night and send it off to carry on Thursday. Hopefully getting there either on Friday or on Monday, most likely Monday. And that's about it really. Hopefully in a couple of weeks' time I'll have a bash at making up some yeast starters with this wort I'm making now. And that's what I'm going to show you soon. I'm going to show you me filling these plastic bottles and actually trying to get them in the box, which might be interesting. But yeah, okay, well, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and I'll see you all soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends if you like what you're seeing. Bye bye. Ooh. So here I go. I'm just chilling the wort down to about 24 degrees, and I'm filling the bag up here. I've actually just heated it up a little bit on something. You can see it's just going into the bag there, and we'll fill this up to until we've got 10. Well, it takes the full volume. It'll take 10 litres hopefully. So once it's full up, we'll hop into the box and we'll get onto the other one. So there we are. I'll come back to you once it's in the box. So here it is, full. I've actually got a little bit of air in there actually, so what I will try to do is just quickly squeeze a bit of that air out. That said, I don't think it's such a big issue. I think I'll just leave it in there. That'll get absorbed into the wort, and it's not going to cause any damage. So the next little challenge is just to slip it into this box. I'll come back to you in a second once I've done that. Look, it did all fit in there. So, wort on tap. That sounds. I just got to. I'm just going to leave it there for a few days. I don't need to use it yet, but when I do need to use it, I can just pull the tap through there and pour it out at my leisure. Right, I think that's classed as a success so far. I just got another one to fill up, but yeah, quite happy with that. I think obviously just need to know just to see how it actually lasts, whether it starts fermenting in there. Hopefully it won't. There's no CO2. There's nothing in there for it to actually do anything with. So yeah, right. I'm going to sign off now. I think I'm going to test my specific gravity, but I think it's about 1043 maybe, which is a good thing. It's even stronger. Right, bye all.